WAPT News live at 5.
A total loss. The Salvation Army thrift store burned down after a massive fire tears through the building. What went wrong? Plus, a dog killed when a gunman riddled its house with bullets. And a winter storm's walloping the East Coast, dropping as much as 2 feet of snow and ice. New at 5, a frozen fountain in Rankin County. This is in the Farmington Station subdivision in Flowood, but there's more to come. Chief Meteorologist David Hartman has our first look at this freezing weather.
Another cold evening. Temperatures already falling through the 30s, and by 7 o'clock we will be in the upper 20s. It's an evening where temperatures fall quickly into the upper 20s, then hold there. Looks like tonight will be in the middle 20s. And of course, a reminder, we've been talking about this for days. Extreme cold due in late Sunday afternoon and evening, lasting through Tuesday. I'll tell you what, this cold is going to rival the cold we had in December of 1989. Dangerous cold on the way, and I have the specifics. You won't believe the numbers coming up.
Thanks, David. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tammy Eslick in for Stephanie Maxwell. Tonight at 5, flames burned through the Salvation Army thrift store in Jackson. Fire investigators say the fire started around 6 this morning. Flames ripping through the Presto Lane thrift store. Salvation Army leaders say it caused over $1 million in damage. Fire crews used more than 12 fire trucks to dump water on the raging flames. Smoke and fire poured out of the Salvation Army building on Presto Lane Friday morning. Our camera caught some of those fast-moving flames spreading quickly across the walls.
The building now is a total loss.
At least 100 firefighters responded to battle the blaze around 6 a.m. The thrift store manager says he had just walked in when he heard a noise.
I heard a pop from the circuit breaker, and I didn't really pay it any attention. And I sat down and made the coffee, and then the fire alarms went off. And I walked around to our baler area, and that's when I saw a tote of clothes on fire, and some object on the floor was on fire. The
thrift store, a total loss. The intense smoke and flames made it hard for fire crews to see. At one point, firefighters had to sound an alarm to call all fire crews out of the fire for a head count. And as crews started to make headway, a glimmer of hope.
While firefighters were battling this massive blaze, a rainbow appeared. Captain Ken Chapman with the Salvation Army says it's definitely a sign.
Listen, let me tell you, the rainbow is God's promise that this is going to be something better for us in the long run.
The good news, the huge fire caused no injuries. Chapman says more than 50 employees worked in the thrift store. He says right now he's trying to find ways to keep them employed. And here's another look at where this all happened this morning. The fire had happened around 5:30 this morning at the Salvation Army thrift store on Presto Lane. That's just off State Street in Jackson. Now, the smoke coming from the location was visible for miles. Take a look at what it looked like from Ridgeland as drivers made their way through rush hour traffic. And guys, I got to tell you, the pictures from this story have really touched our newsroom. We saw plenty of images like the chaos behind the fire. Captain Ken Chapman and his family huddled in some of these photos and prayed near the building. Again, fire crews say the thrift store is a total loss. And they may have lost more than $1 million worth of goods. Now 16 WAPT is calling on our viewers to help the Salvation Army get back on their feet. Next Wednesday, join us starting at 4:30 in the morning for a Salvation Army fire drive. The 16 WAPT crew will be on location to help collect donations at 590 Raymond Road. That's the old Sam's building right behind New Horizon Church. We'll be accepting donations of any kind to try and restock the store after this massive fire. For more information on how you can give, you can call the Salvation Army at 601-982-4881 or just log on to our website at WAPT.com. New at 5, emergency crews had to rush an MDOT worker to the hospital after a 4-car wreck on Interstate 55. Police say that wreck happened at the Beasley-Atkins exit. Now, witnesses say a Camry slammed into an MDOT truck, then two other cars crashed, trying to avoid those vehicles. One MDOT employee was hurt, but no word on any other injuries. Traffic was backed up for miles. Emergency crews and the FBI got hands-on practice today on what to do if a gunman walked into a school. This is just a drill. Clinton police and fire departments joined Hinds County deputies and the FBI to run this active shooter drill. They staged a mock hostage negotiation and even practiced what to do to clear the scene with students, teachers, and parents.
We feel pretty sure that we're probably going to make some mistakes, and that's really what we want to do is make some mistakes, figure out what they are, and get them corrected before, we have to do this in a real-world situation.
The purpose of the drill was to see how emergency crews would respond to a shooter on campus. Vicksburg police are looking for the gunman who killed a dog after someone shot up a doghouse. Our cameras caught the bullet holes in the side of the house. It happened at the Top Dollar pawn shop in Vicksburg. Detectives say the would-be burglars tried to break into the store, and while there, someone shot and killed the 4-year-old German Shepherd that was there outside.
I think it was a very cruel, inhumane person that would shoot a dog in the doghouse.
Investigators found 4 shell casings at the scene, but the would-be burglars never got into the business. If you have any idea on who shot that dog, call Crime Stoppers at 601-355-TIPS. New at 5, Natchez police say they released a mugshot of the man they say tracked down a suspect by texting him on a stolen phone. Police charged 30-year-old Damian Watson with 2 counts of robbery. Detectives think Watson assaulted, then robbed a woman on New Year's Eve. Police caught him by texting the cell phone he stole. Police pretended that they were the phone's owner and told him that they wanted to buy the phone back. No word on his bond or next court date. The Mississippi Highway Patrol needs your help finding a missing man. There he is right there. They issued a silver alert today for 55-year-old John Jones. Now, he's from Lexington. That's in Holmes County. MHP says he was last seen yesterday around noon. He was in a silver 2007 Chevrolet HHR. If you know where he is, call the Holmes County Sheriff's Department at 662-834-1511. The lights and heat could be going out for dozens of families in Durant.
No, that's just too much.
Residents tell 16 WAPT they've seen outrageous jumps in their electric bills this month. Bills doubled or even tripled in some cases. The mayor of Durant says high fuel costs are to blame for the sudden increase. Still, residents are trying to figure out how to pay for it and who's accountable.
I probably could maybe try to pay the electric part, but that fuel, I just don't even know how I'm gonna even pay that.
It makes me feel like the city of Durant, at the people of the city hall, don't have any concerns for the citizens, period.
Mayor Tasha Davis says the city would be happy to reread meters to make sure they are accurate. If any residents would like their meters reread, they can call Durant City Hall. Well, Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward to track down the man accused of a cigarette murder. We first told you about this story yesterday. Police say someone shot and killed Kendrick Talbert over a cigarette. Detectives say the gunman may be his friend, McKinley Brady. But tonight, Brady is still on the run. Police say they have received several tips, but none has led to an arrest. Anyone with information should call Crime Stoppers at 601-355-TIPS. A snowstorm swept into the northeastern U.S. overnight, hitting parts of New England with a couple of feet of snow. 16 WAPT's Sally Kidd is live in Washington. Sally, we hear temperatures are dropping.
Yes, they are, Stephanie. Right now it's in the low 20s, but with the wind chill, it feels like it's about 9 or 10 degrees. But we really can't complain here because other parts of the country have it much worse. The nation's capital got about 2 inches of snow, and wind chills hit several degrees below zero.
I have double hat on, and
5 clothes inside. But Washington got off relatively easy. In Boston, the blizzard dumped more than 2 feet of snow and sent wind chills plummeting to 20 below.
Stay indoors if you can, if you're out, dress in multiple layers.
The governors of New York and New Jersey declared states of emergency. Snow plows and salt spreaders hit the streets early in New York City. The city's new mayor, Bill de Blasio, urged people to stay home.
The wind, the ice, there's a lot of blowing snow still, so that's going to affect visibility.
More than 2,400 flights were canceled and hundreds of school children stayed home for the day. The governor of Connecticut offered this advice.
Don't put your tongue on a flagpole today.
Back in D.C., a noontime game of ultimate frisbee went on as planned.
We play every day, every working day. Since the government wasn't closed today, we're playing today.
Federal government stayed open but gave workers the option of taking leave or working from home. Now, the good news here is we don't have widespread power outages and temperatures are expected to rise above freezing this weekend, but another cold blast is on the way. Live in Washington, Sally Kidd, 16 WAPT News. Tammy.
Thanks, Sally. So far, the storm has been blamed for at least 11 deaths. And with a cold blast on the way for the next week, how are things here, David?
Boy, I'll tell you what, serious cold. And by the time we get to Sunday evening, punishing cold. Here's a quick recap. Saturday is going to be warmer. Enjoy Saturday and use Saturday to get ready for the brutal cold that is headed our way. Rain Sunday could end as a period of light snow as the cold air rushes in Sunday evenings. That's a possibility. And then we have the frigid weather to deal with Sunday night right on through Tuesday. Here are low temperatures. Look at these numbers Monday morning, and I think that Jackson number will be low. The computers are having trouble handling this cold weather. That is brutal weather. So we have the possibility of dangerous cold. Hey, if you go to our 16 WAPT Facebook page and then go to my personal page, I have safety rules for the cold weather on there. I'll have more coming up.
Thanks, David. Well, this freezing weather is perfect for Christmas on Ice. It's the last 16 WAPT night this year. The Winter Fun event wraps up on Sunday, but ahead of that, 16 WAPT's Emily Alexander is there right now. Emily?
That's right, Tammy. I'm out here on the ice, and it is cold. But as you can see, we're all out here having a great time anyway. All my new friends skating around at WAPT night here at Christmas on Ice. I caught up with a few other kids earlier that were skating around having a good time. Here's what they had to say.
We're ice skating, and it's really cold, and it was really fun.
Is the weather bothering you any?
Well, not really. I'm just having a lot of fun.
What's your favorite part, Ben?
Skate.
Skating. What about you?
Sliding.
The slide. What's your favorite part?
My favorite part is just skating really fast.
That's right. Yeah, we are having a great time. Still got a lot ahead here on the lineup. A band playing. I'll tell you about them at 6. So come on down here and join us at WAPT night at Christmas on Ice. Reporting live in Madison, Emily Alexander, 16 WAPT News.
Wow, Emily, you've made a lot of friends out there tonight. Thanks so much. Well, people hit the polls in Clinton today, voting for a new Ward 2 alderman to replace Tony Greer. Now, Greer stepped down after being elected to the Hinds County Board of Supervisors. The polls close tonight at 7 p.m. We'll have your winners tonight at 10 on WAPT.com. If one Jackson lawmaker has his way, you'll be able to register for future elections online. State Senator David Blunt is drawing up a bill for the 2014 legislative session, which starts Tuesday. Blunt believes lawmakers will pass his bill since you can already register by mail. A former NFL coach and Alcorn State football star is under fire for standing by while a player was fired for his views. Former Minnesota Vikings punter Chris Kluwe is calling Alcorn State football player Leslie Frazier a coward. Now, he says he lost his job with the team because he publicly supported same-sex marriage, and Frazier let it happen. Kluwe made his opinion public in a Deadspin article. Frazier was fired by the team earlier this week. A South Carolina woman begging a court to lock up her husband Plus, the recent breach in social media app Snapchat. We'll tell you whether people in Mississippi need to worry about their personal information getting hacked.
All right, live look outside. Look at that beautiful sky. Temperatures will be falling very quickly this evening. And with that sunshine today, we only managed to get to 42 degrees. That's it for the high. 25 this morning, and sun up on your Saturday, 7:02. Less wind this evening, so the real feel not a big factor, but we are in the upper 30s already. Winds are light out of the east, northeast. Calm winds tonight, but temperatures just like that are going to drop into the upper 20s. Enjoy Saturday. It is a day to prepare your pipes and whatever you need to do around the house. Christmas decorations put away from outside before the frigid weather arrives. Look at the clear skies across the south, so looking good tonight into tomorrow. The developing Arctic cold front is right up there, now entering the Dakotas. Temperature's not bad up there today, but they're going to see record-breaking cold up here. Certainly going to rival the cold of some 1970s up there, where lows could get as low as 30 or 45 below zero in the northern states, and that is the actual air temperature. 16 in Chicago right now. They'll see lows around 20 degrees below zero by early next week. 20 in Minneapolis, so that will be changing. Across the south there, you see the upper 30s with clear skies, dry air, and calm winds. Temperatures drop into the mid-20s. Again, showed you that little picture of the icicles on the fountain at the top of the show. That'll be a repeat performance tomorrow morning, but it'll melt quickly. And then any water outside will freeze solid by the time we get to Monday morning. Here are your highs tomorrow. This is looking good. It will warm up quickly after that cold start. Temperatures will skyrocket to probably 50 to 55 degrees by lunchtime or shortly thereafter. So very pleasant conditions tomorrow afternoon before the bottom falls out. So looking good Saturday. Then that frigid air is plummeting our way for Sunday. A mild Sunday morning. Rain comes in by late morning into the afternoon. Then the frigid air just surges right into the area for Sunday night. So we'll see some increasing clouds Saturday night, and then into Sunday. By late morning, here comes that round of rain with the front. Could even be a rumble of thunder as it moves through. And on the back side of that, if the cold air comes in quick enough, we could briefly change over to a little light snow. Again, pipe bursting criteria for homes is going to be a problem. Highs will be below freezing on Monday. We will see 24 hours or more below 25 degrees, and lows will be in the 10 to 15 degree range. This is a problem, and this is a situation where you need to let the water drip in your pipes starting Sunday night through Tuesday morning. 24, 57 tomorrow with a breeze out of the south, 7 to 13. Tomorrow night, 45 degrees. Don't forget the plants, the elderly, your pets. Everything is in play. This is going, it could even be a degree or two colder than that. Some of the coldest weather we've seen in maybe 20 to 30 years across the south. And if you use those space heaters, you got to be smart. You use supplemental heat sources. Be prepared.
Got to turn them off before you go to bed.
That's right. You got to be very smart and be prepared for power outages. Have a way to heat things if we do lose power. Can happen with cold snaps.
Absolutely. Thanks, David. We appreciate it. Well, next, a South Carolina woman begging a judge to lock up her husband. What she says he did to get her out of the picture. It was an emotional day in court as a retired firefighter's wife faces charges. Actually, he faces charges after putting a hit out on her. Michelle Jones begged a South Carolina judge to lock up her husband, Edward Jones. Now, she says that he offered $8,000 to a hitman to kill his wife, but that the hitman turned out to be an undercover cop. Jones insists that he did not do it.
I don't know why I even talked about such a thing. And it's not me. I've never hurt anybody in my life. I've done nothing but help people.
The Jones's family members say that he hasn't been the same since he survived a massive fire in 2007 where 9 other firefighters were killed. Well, California lottery officials say the second of 2 Mega Millions jackpot winners have come forward. Steve Tran of San Jose, California, won $324 million. He told lottery officials that he's a delivery truck driver and bought tickets at each stop he made. It took him a few days to realize that he actually won. If he takes the cash option, his payout will be $173 million. He'll also be my new best friend. Well, new details today in the death of movie star Paul Walker. A Los Angeles coroner's report says that the Fast and Furious star's car may have been going 100 miles per hour or more when it crashed. The report released today also says that no alcohol or drugs were involved in the fiery crash. There were also no mechanical problems with the car or issues with the roadway. Well, the hunt is on for an escaped mental patient connected to a double murder. 39-year-old Jason Carter has been committed for almost 8 years now since the deaths of his mother and stepfather in 2006. Now, during that trial, Carter's attorney said Carter had no memory of committing the crime. He was found incompetent to stand trial. Now investigators are trying to figure out how he escaped and are concerned about finding him.
We just want Mr. Carter returned to the facility in Columbia. Obviously, we don't want to see anybody hurt.
Police say that Carter has family in North Carolina. They think he may be headed in that direction. Well, Mississippi Snapchat users, if you have a Mississippi phone number, you may be able to rest easy tonight. A hack into Snapchat recently released the usernames and phone numbers of 4.6 million users. A Reddit thread posted this week listed the states whose phone numbers were not impacted by the hack. Now, Mississippi was one of 21 states that Reddit says did not get hacked. Well, we're going to take a look now at our Christmas on Ice sky cam. That's out in Madison. We've already seen Emily Alexander out there tonight. Beautiful night for that. We'll be right back after this. Look at all those people out there. Another live look at Christmas on Ice out in Madison. Perfect weather for it, but those people need to get home and wipe their pipes this weekend.
They sure do. Packed house out there last weekend. Good that they're taking advantage of it. It's the polar vortex. That is what is responsible for our cold weather. A big dome of cold air up at the top of the earth, and it is coming down south, and it will have a lot of steam. Unlike a lot of these cold snaps, which have kind of been shunted off to our north, this one is plunging south. So enjoy a warm Saturday, because after that, look at those low temperatures. Oh, shiver me timbers.
I love it when you say that, David. We'll be back at the top of the hour.